Alright, well, at the end of the day, if I have to give season 4 uh, a rating, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It was enjoyable, not the best thing I've ever seen, but I had my fun with it. Season 1 through 3, though, I can't give a fair judgment on. But if I had to give some just words for it, it was the same way as season 4 was. It was enjoyable, but not the best thing I've ever seen. It definitely surprised me, though. Definitely surprised me, though, with how much story that actually got involved in it. I thought it was just gonna be biddy bait, but no, there's more to that. While it is there, and granted, it is prominent, there is some story that you can enjoy from it. Would I recommend this? Depends. Depends on what you like as a person. If you don't mind the biddy stuff, okay. If you are into the biddy stuff, then I mean, by all means, have your fun. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but if you just want a fun story, I think the show's for you. I think you should watch this when you're like 16. I don't think you should watch it when you're any younger, because then at that point it's just like I don't think this is for you. So if you're like 16 and above, go ahead, give it a shot. You're on that age anyway, so. But viewer discretion is advised. I do want to say that, yeah. Like 18 and above is I think is like yeah you can handle it, but 16 as well is also like yeah I think that's the very limit to how young you should be to watch this show. Because I watched it around that age as well, and I'll jeez like yikes. It could be a good and a bad thing. It can open your eyes to a lot of things or things that you already knew. But I don't want to condone viewing it when you don't know. But regardless, that's gonna be it for me for now. Talking about High School DxD. If I ever rewatch it, I'll make the reviews for each season. But as of right now, this is just my surface level take on it from what I can remember. Hope you all enjoy. Thank you all for watching. It's been Infamous Isaac, and I'll check y'all out. Peace. 10. How's it going, everybody? My name is Infamous Isaac, and I'm here with the fourth consecutive video I recorded today, and I'm still running on some good energy. I haven't burnt myself out yet recording these. They're usually short, and I'm having a good time doing it regardless. So I don't mind doing 4 consecutive videos in a row when I'm having fun. So it's all in the mindset and how much you can handle, how much you limit yourself to. Let me see if it's here. It's here. Okay, good. I can talk about it then. But I'm here to talk about a show, right? I'm here to talk about a show that if you grew up like the 2000s, 2010s, you've heard of the show before if you watch anime. And it's a show, an infamous show called High School DxD, where we have main characters like Issei, uh, Rias, Gremory, Akane, all these people, and it's a bitty bait show. Excuse me. If you know what that means, good. If not, it's very libido based. And the way I got into the show was I was in high school, like a sophomore in high school, and one of my friends, he was like, "Yo, High School DxD is fire. Issei is fire. All these girls are fire. The fight scenes, the story are fire." And I'm just over here like, "Huh? What's High School DxD?" I've heard of the show before, but I never watched it. And then they both looked at me with like these very realistic, hyper realistic faces drawn onto them in pure disbelief, like you've never heard of High School DxD before. And I'm like, "Oh no, I never watched it." And they're like, "Go home, watch it, come back, tell us what you think." And I was like, "Alright, cool. I'll give it a shot." I go home, I watch a couple episodes. I don't talk about it when I go to school. I talk about it when I'm finished, a couple weeks later, like a 1 to 2 weeks later. And I tell them, "Yo, this show surprised me. I'm not gonna lie, this show surprised me." And here's why, right? So I mentioned before, most teenage boys around this time heard of High School DxD because I mean, it's one of those horny shows, bro. There's no other way about it. Like, look at this. Is she a demon? Is I remember correctly. Yep, yep. Uh-huh. Yep, whatever. Alright. But yep, it's just Issei, a boy who gets involved with all this demon occult stuff with Rias Gremory, and he basically ends up building a harem. With the more and more people and girls that he meets, the more and more people join the occult club. And Issei, as a main character, he is a pervert, bro. He is horrendously perverted, like Master Roshi mixed with some Sanji, mixed with some that dude from My Hero, the purple kid, mixed with just like all the negative traits of being a horrible, scandalous human being. But since it's one of those shows, I mean, it's downplayed because those girls are just horrendously deprived of that thing, the sex. But things move along. Seasons 1, 2, and 3 happen, and then get to season 4. I'm watching it. I'm enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. But why am I enjoying it? Is it because I'm just that depraved and I love this show? Or is it because there's something more to the show? And once I finish season 4, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go talk to my friends about it. I talk to them, and they're like, so what'd you think? And I'm like, this show surprised me, but I don't know why. And they're like, it's because of the story. You thought you were going in to see some horny stuff, but you come out and you see story. And I'm like, you're right. Good heavens, man, you're right. There is a story behind the surface level bait in this show and the dirty, blatant perversion. And I can't believe I watched it all the way through. But I loved it. And looking back on it now, I can probably rewatch it and think the same thing. Because there is a story there. There's a genuine story. Season 4 is the best example of that because that season to me has the most story. And it was lit. Even though it was only 12 episodes, the animation changed. There was more story. There was some sick fights. Issei was having his cool hero moments. Like, I thought it was great. Excuse me, I thought that was great. But seasons 1 through 3, you have those moments of lack of a story kind of tied together loosely. There is story beats. I won't deny that. But the bait was stronger, and then the more you go on, things just get like a little weird, but it's still enjoyable. The more characters come on, the more you find your favorite characters, the more you find your least favorite characters, and you'll have your favorite season and non-favorite season. Mine is still season 4. I remember it. Well, mostly remember it vaguely. And I can say that it was lit. Season 4 was pretty lit. Season 3, I didn't like much because it's kind of a similar situation of Blue Exorcist, where some of it just became non-canon filler stuff that had to end that way because the source material wasn't done yet, so they couldn't find a way to end it. And then season 3 just became, hey, what happened here? Why is this like this? And it sucks because it kind of diluted the experience for me. I thought season 3 was okay, but then the ending was, it was like, or excuse me, the ending of it was very lukewarm, to say the least. But season 4 redeemed itself. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed that. Season 1 and 2, I don't remember too well, honestly. Because it's been 3 years, about to be 4 next year, since I've watched this show. So, this is going to be another video where I can't really give it a review. Or at least, it wouldn't